Yeah, hello, good evening, sir.
Hello,
Good
good
evening, sir.
evening. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Varada.
Good evening, sir.
So, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Very
Good
good.
evening, sir.
Good evening. Yeah, so let's start from you on assignment one.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, the members of DMI Core 2, and then every other person watching from all over the world. Yeah, it's a great opportunity to present to you today a section on Terraform on DMI Cohort 2, Terraform Week-10. It's 4:32 p.m. over here in Nigeria, West African time. So, my name is Oladayo Aremu. I am in Group-1 of DMI Cohort 2. So, I'll be presenting to you today a section on Terraform, which will be in line with the Week-10 assignments, and I'll try as much as possible to stay within the scope of the assignment. So let me quickly rush over to assignment 1 of Week-10. Permit me to share my screen.
Yes, please share your screen.
Yeah, thank you. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, thank you. And I hope I am audible as well.
Yes, yes.
Well, thank you. Okay, let me quickly rush over to assignment 1 of Week-10, and that is on Terraform. Okay, so I'll get the assignment started. So the objective here is to automate the deployment of an Azure virtual machine using Terraform. And that will go a long way to tell us about the prerequisites that we need before we can get this assignment done. So it's a lot of prerequisites anyway, but for those who are conversant with this, it's not really much. So it's something that we can quickly go through so that we can take the demo and then move to assignment 2 of Week-10. Okay, so let me share my terminal. So is my terminal visible?
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay, thank you.
Could you please increase the font size?
Okay. Sorry, I'm not using the conventional keyboard.
It's
Okay,
okay,
okay.
it's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
All right. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Good. Okay, let me follow the assignment instructions strictly. So I am to create a directory named Terraform Azure VM. Okay. So I'll seed into it as well. I was already doing that. Oh, sorry. I already did that before. So let me quickly. Okay, I assume we know this step anyway. I already created it, so I will just seed into it and do some adjustments so that we can kick off with our assignments of today. All right. Better still, I'll just make another directory and give it a different name. Okay, so we can work with that. So I'll call this Terraform Azure VM. Okay. Sorry, let me do it like Terraform VM Azure. All right, so I'll sit into that. VM Azure. Okay, so this is just a confirmation to know where I am. All right, so I'll create a document for that. Okay, a file, which is the main.tf. But before I go into that, there are a lot of things I really like us to know. Okay, so right. So let me share this with you, and let's quickly take a tour on the prerequisites of this exercise. We have to configure our environments before we can kick off on this exercise. Okay, first of all, we need to have an active Azure account, a subscription, a free tier subscription, the type we have also on AWS. Okay, in the case of Azure, you can have some credit amount which lasts for about 30 days. But for that of AWS, you can have it for as long as 6 months. So, and if you really want to know more about having an account on Azure on AWS, you can always visit their sites and you have the opportunity to create an account for learnings. Okay, so for the Terraform installation, you can install Terraform by simply going on Google. And when you get on Google, you just type Terraform. Installation. Okay, then you can just click on this first link and it will take you to the Terraform documentation site where you can go through the documentation. There's a video also for this installation, and we all need to understand that documentation is key in the case of a DevOps engineer. Knowing how to follow documentation is very important. Okay, this video will guide you on how to install Terraform. Okay, for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. In my own case, I'm making use of the Windows subsystems for Linux. And for those who are also making use of the Windows subsystems for Linux, let me quickly walk you through a simple step on how to download and configure Terraform. So as soon as you download it, which I've already done before, so I may not want to go through that again. So just let me quickly check my download folder and see if I still have it. And as you can see, I have it here on my download folder. Okay. So what you can do is just click on it and then you extract it. Okay. So once you extract it, once you click on extract, it will give you the opportunity to select where you want to keep the extract of the zipped folder. And in this case, I already chose my Terraform location because I created a Terraform folder on C, on the root of my system memory, which I downloaded the extract into. Let me see. Okay, I have it here. All right. So you can just do that and then you are good to go. So the next thing you do after doing that, you need to go and update your environment variable, the environment variable of your local machine. You can just go on your browser search and type on edit the system environmental variable. And before you finish typing, you see to give you a pop-up. Okay, this is it. Edit the system variable. You can click on this. So once you get here, you click on environment variables. So from environment variables, you look for path. This is your path. So you click on edit. So after clicking on edit, it will take you to this page, and then you click on edit again, or you click on new rather. So it brings you to this place. As you can see, I've already done this before. I have installed it, so there will be no need for this. So once you do this, you can restart your Git bash, which will boot up and automatically pick it up, going through the environment variable. So I'm opening my Git bash. Okay. So your Git bash automatically picks up your Terraform and even your your terminal too will pick it up, as long as it is booting from your Windows C. Okay, so here you can do a quick check to be sure you have it installed. As you can see, it gives you this. Once you check if it is installed, you get this. Okay, so let's move on.
Just increase your font here
Okay.
on the VS Code. Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So it boots up, and then once you start your VS Code, it boots up, and then it picks up the Terraform download from your environment variable automatically. So you can just quickly check Terraform V, and it will give you the status if you have it installed correctly or not. So let's move quickly from here to the Azure CLI also. So the Azure CLI, you can have it installed, and after installing, you need to also check if it is installed correctly. As you can see, the check. So it was correctly installed before now anyway. So, but if you want to install your Azure CLI, you can have this through the Azure website, or you take help from Google, or maybe better still, even from ChatGPT. So same way you can have your AWS installed too, your AWS CLI. And after you have these two CLI installed, you can check, just like the way I checked for Azure CLI. You can also check for that of AWS. So if it is correctly installed, you have it displayed here. Okay, as you can see. So the next thing is to now log into, that is to connect your Azure CLI with your account, your active Azure account, which you do through this. And let me remind you that some people, they have trouble connecting, running just this command. Now let's see what comes up. Can you see that? So there are some people also who experience this, okay? So if this happens, there is another way you can link your CLI with your Azure account, and that is by running az login use device code. So az login use device code. So it takes you to this site, this link. You copy this link, open the browser, paste it on it, and you go back to your CLI, and then you copy this generated code. Okay, and then go back to your browser. So it gives you this pop-up, and then you put it on it. Okay. So as you can see, it has been connected. All right. So that is what you have here on this line. Install and authenticate using az login. But for this problem of not connecting from the terminal for some people, you can just use this az login use device code. Okay. And it will give you a link where you can paste the generated code for you to log in properly. And that settles that of the Azure. And if we go further, it takes us to that of the AWS configuration. So when you run AWS configure on your terminal, let me open another terminal. I have another user. Okay, let me clear this. So let me use this one here, AWS configure. This is just a step on how to connect your terminal to your active account in the cloud. So this brings you here. But before now, let me also take you through some steps quickly. So for you to generate that code that the terminal is requesting for, you need to log on to your AWS site. If it is an active AWS site or a shared AWS site, you just log on. Whether it is shared or it is privately owned, you log on and you search for IAM. So from IAM, you also look for users, click on users. Okay, here is users. So there are different users here anyway. And thanks to a friend who shared AWS account with me because mine was blocked. And that was Vivian, thanks to you. So this is me, one of the users that she has created on this account. So I have gone into my own space. And in my own space, you just look towards the top right corner. You see where it is written create access key. Okay. You click on create access key. And then you check the different options you have here, local code, command line interface, third-party service. But what we need here is for command line interface integration with our CLI, with our terminal, okay? So let's go down, and then you check this box, okay? Then you go next to this is optional anyway. So if you like to tag it, it's fine. But if you don't, you can just go straight to creating this key, all right? And once you have this key, this is what you need to connect to your AWS account from your terminal, okay? So I'll paste this here. I'll go back there to get the secret access key. I'll come back here. I'll paste it here also. I'll just choose this as my region, okay, which is US East 1, and then it brings you here. Then you take JSON, which is what you get. All right, so this way you have been connected to your AWS terminal. So from here, we move down to, and all of these steps I've already taken, okay? Like going to your IAM, you click on users and you just select, follow the command prompt, you create access key, sorry, then your command line interface, you go there, you follow the command prompt, okay? And then you retrieve those generated access key, all right? Then you paste them on your Ubuntu terminal, just like we have done, then you connect. So that is for the AWS side. So now let's go to the service principal for Azure. Now this is a very good, this is a good practice. One of the best practices, in a case where you have to log on to your terminal and you have to be providing your login access, and that is, which is really not safe. There's also a case where you are automating the process and you don't have to be there all the time to log in your credentials, or maybe putting your credentials on the automation script, which is not advisable. It is not a very good practice. Okay, so it is better to just create a service principal, which is why I'm back to this place. Well, let me see what's going on here. Give me a minute. Okay. Let me quickly take that command again. See what's going on. All right. Control C. Sorry, I didn't finish the process. So that was what happened. Okay, so this is the new your newly generated key, right? So I'm choosing this. So say continue. I have two accounts anyway, so I chose one of the accounts and then I gave it the go ahead to continue. So now it says you have signed into the Microsoft Azure cross-platform command line interface application. So you can go ahead to close this window. That has been settled. So let's return to the CLI, the Ubuntu CLI. So once you see this page, in case where you have many subscriptions, if you have subscriptions that are more than one, the particular subscription which you are using at the moment is where you see this asterisk key, the star key. Okay, so even if you don't enter the figure 1 that is written here, when you have many of them, it will be itemized 1, 2, 3 continuously, whichever one you want to use. And when you have this star key, this asterisk key on it, you can just press enter, so it automatically selects it. Okay, and then it brings you to this place, which shows you have been you have been automatically connected to your excuse me, I'm having trouble with this terminal. Okay, so it shows you have been connected to your console. All right, so from there we'll move forward to creating the service principal key, which is a very good practice that will give access to your CLI, your terminal, to communicate with your console, not you having to connect to it using your login credentials. Okay, so for we to do this, for we to achieve this, we can run this command, which I have here. Okay, so I'll just simply get my subscription ID from my account. Okay, here is my account. And if I don't want to go through this process, it won't be the best practice for me. So I just have to log in into my account. You know, let me check that's my contact information, my permissions. Okay, let me see. I just want to retrieve my subscription ID. But in case I don't want to go through that route, I can go through. Okay, let me allow it to load up. Or just simply go home and act as if I want to create a resource. So from there, I can retrieve my subscription ID. Okay. Okay, let me see. I can retrieve that. Okay. But anyway, you can go through these steps. All right. And get your service principal created. But I'm just trying to, complete the process so we can move on. All right. So here, let me just name it Terraform, for instance. All right. So this is saying you want to create into an Active Directory, a service principal, okay? And this is to create a role for RBAC. RBAC is role-based access control. All right. So let's run that. Sorry, the network here is not too strong. It takes time to load. So this is the kind of delay I experience sometimes, apologies. Okay, while it is loading, let's quickly move on. All right, so once you get this, all you need to do is just to open your hidden bash RC file, okay? And then you update this information that will be generated on the CLI. You can see the application ID. You update it on your bash RC with this information, which you can see here, okay? And in this case, your subscription ID is equivalent to your app ID. So you just update it, and your tenant ID, you find it here. This is it, tenant, which is this one. You update it, and then your client ID. Your client ID is the same as your app ID, okay? You update it. So the first one we have here, which is the subscription, ARM subscription, is the same as the subscription of your account, all right? And then the ARM client secret is your password, which is this, okay? So after doing that, you just save and you exit the bash RC file. And how do you get into the bash RC file? You just run the command nano. Let me update it here. So you open your bash RC file by running the command nano to home, then bash RC. Okay, that's how you get your bash RC file. And as soon as you upload all of these details into it, then you can save and exit. That I have done before anyway. So I just wanted to show you the step, but for the network that is dragging. Okay. Invalid scope formats. Okay. Let me see that. Let me check my bash RD. Here is the scopes, subscriptions. Okay, there's something I need to let you know again. Sometimes you may run into issues like this. It's really good you source. Let me run that command again. Okay, I guess it wasn't attached to the command. Okay. All right, while that is being done, instead of waiting, let's move ahead and start to create a Terraform script. All right. So with this, we can proceed to our browser. Let's get Terraform. Let me hide this video panel. It's really disturbing me. Floating controls. Okay, it's gone. Now let's come to our documentation on Terraform. Okay, and how do you get here? You can get here from, just like I showed you before, from Google. You can just type Terraform, or you go to registry, or just say Terraform registry. So from Terraform registry, you can find your way. You can find your way to the Terraform documentation. Okay, I'm going to browse providers. I'm going to Azure. So I'm coming to documentation. Okay. So what I need here is the, now I can look for the particular resource which I want to provision. And in this case, I need the Azure virtual machine. Okay, let me just use Azure VM and see what will pop up. Let me spell it. Okay, I have the Azure virtual machine. So I'll select this one. All right. You really may not have all of this memorized, but you can always make reference to documentation and make the job faster. So I have all of this. I can take this and edit. Okay, let me copy this and then go to my CLI. Let me check. Where? LS. I have this. So let me go to my code, VS Code. Using this. Save. I'm going to open a folder. So I'm opening this. Select a folder. So in this, I have my main.tf, which I'm using for the presentation sample. So let me paste this here. Okay, then yeah, so we can start from here anyway. This variable, we don't need it. Okay, let me remove that. And now start with the provider, which is Azure. All right. Okay. We have this features. Can taking this one. Okay. So from here, let's see what we have next. Okay. So this is the main.tf. So use the provider configuration to define our resource group, virtual network, subnets, public IP, and all of those. So we can move into this space on our VS Code and have all of this done. Okay, in this case, the first thing I have here is my resource group name. So I can call it Azure. Let me just call this one application VNet. Think that's okay. So this is a variable. This is a form of this is an interpolation. All right, but we don't need it. We can always use our own naming. Let me call this application. Okay, let me do this. Application. Let me do application VN. So I'll call this application VNet. All right. So the location here, let me quickly go to my web page and see the location I have here. Let me see what I have for virtual machine creation. The region which I have maintained, which I believe it's Central Canada. But let me confirm that anyway. Okay, I have Central Canada here. All right. So let me make use of Central Canada here. Something happened, but I'll correct it along the line. And Central Canada. Don't need this. Okay. So now we'll go next to application, our resource group. Let me call this application RG. Okay, this is what I'll do. Application VNet. Then I'll just call this one React VNet. Application RG. Then I'll call this one React RG. React RG. And the location is okay. RG is actually supposed to come before our VNet, but let me update the location and I'll correct that. Central Canada. Okay. So permits me to copy this. Ctrl X. Have it here. Ctrl V. And then this is VNet. Okay. So the next thing is okay. Let me do this. Ctrl X. Taking this one down. Okay, this is for the VNet. Call it application VNet. And then I'll delete the other one. Then this will be the React VNet. So the address space is this, and then the location. So I'll update the location by using this, and then this, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and then the resource group name, which is okay. Resource group name, so still this anyway. So let me paste it there. All right. So now I have my resource group, I have my VNet. So I'm removing this. It's not supposed to be there. That would be a duplicate. So I'm going to my subnet now. So my subnet, resource group name. So I'm removing this example. I'm only just updating so it can reflect what I have ahead already. Okay. So the resource group name, I'll still have the same thing which I have copied before. And then the virtual network name. Application VN. This pattern follows a kind of programming language pattern. So this is what I have as the CIDR block, the address prefixes. So next I move to the, let me see what we have here. Azure network. This is the network interface. So that is the NIC. So I'll call it application NIC. Application NIC. Then I'll remove this interpolation and call it React NIC. Then the location is just to remove this example and update it with what I have here. just follow that pattern anyway. It follows a particular pattern. Control B. Then the resource group name, the same thing which I copied, I'll paste. I have this here. And then the next thing I have here is the IP configuration. Okay. And this is where, and there's something I need to make you understand. If you plan to access the virtual machine from the internet, then you need to make a provision for the public IP, and that can come before the NIC. So once you have the public IP and you want to incorporate it to the NIC, you come to this line here, just anywhere before or after this private IP address allocation, which I have just highlighted, you paste the public IP address ID under it, and then you continue. But in this case, it is obvious we are not trying to connect to the internet. We just want to create the virtual machine. But if we check our assignment documentation, there is a section that asks, okay, there's public IP. All right, so let me make provision for the public IP section. All right. So I will, I'll do that here. Let me go online and check for that. Okay. So there's no provision for public IP here. So let me look for that resource here and add it. Public IP. Azure public IP. Okay, so I'll pick this. Let's see. Okay. Let me take just this. It's fine. So I'll paste that here and do some corrections. So I'll call this one application IP, and this will be React IP. Okay. So here I'll need to update it with the application RG. Remove the example. I'll remove this one too. So in most cases, this place can come as dynamic, but it is really not advisable. Although it is cheaper when you talk about the overhead cost, but in this case, because of tests, it's better to use the static IP, and it will really aid the development process test, even though it's costly compared to the dynamic allocation method. So this is advisable here. So now I can move down to this interface. Okay, let me see what's going on here. React me. Okay, there's a missing square bracket. So let me update that. So it is settled now, and it will always prompt you for errors. So it's good to check before moving ahead. It makes further troubleshooting less stressful. So here I have the subnet ID. So I have to incorporate the public IP to the network interface card. Let me see what I can do with that. Let me see if it will go with this. Public IP. Let me quickly check the documentation. Let's see. Okay, let me look for the NIC. Network interface. That's another resource. NIC. Okay, or simply let me check a file which I had before and see what I did. My main.cf. Okay. So here is the network interface resource area. So this is what I did, to incorporate the public IP with the network interface. So let me copy that and make use of it. So in this case, I have application RG. Application public IP. Okay. So I'll take this, which is application IP. So I have that incorporated. Okay. So another thing I need to do here is to make provision for the password authentication. Let me see, admin. Okay. Let me check on the documentation again. If I have provision for, which definitely is not here. Let me use the documentation I have here, which is this. Okay. Size. This. So here's the virtual machine resource section. Let me call it application VM. So here I'll call it the React VM. To remove that. And, use this. See, this is good to go. This is good to go to network interface ID. So what I'll do again for this VM size is to go to my browser again to check for Central Canada, what is available for me. So it won't error out, it won't stress me. Okay, here is Central Canada. And this is just as if I want to provision a VM on the console. So I'll come here and check for sizes. This is available anyway, but let's still check again, because if it wasn't available, there should be an error message. But let me be sure of that. So I have this storage ID for workloads items. So if it wasn't available, it should have indicated it, and then I wouldn't be able to click on select. So that means it's available. Let me use that size. Standard B2 ATS. Even this size is okay too, but let me go for this standard B2 ATS. B2. All right. So now I'll go for the image. The image is settled. Now the storage disk. But there's something I also need to do here on the size of the machine. I need to include the admin username and password. Let me copy documentation I have here. I have this here. This is the aspect of family. Okay. Control C. The virtual machine. Okay. Let me do this. Control X. Just put it beneath it. Excuse me, let me quickly check on something. That's the aspect I had it anyway. Well, Let me quickly scroll down and see. Okay, there's a provision for it somewhere. So means I can take it off as it errors out. So that place is settled for the application VM. So here is for the image reference. Okay, and then the OS disk. So here is a profile for the computer name and login details, which I wanted to achieve over there. So this, I can call this one React VM. And there's something you need to take note over here. This place, when you make use of underscore, it will error out, but it takes an hyphen, React VM. If you observe, I'm not making use of an underscore. I'm making use of a hyphen in this aspect of React VM. Okay, which is the same thing we have here. You can maintain the same name for the computer name or for the computer name and the virtual machine name. It's the same, but there are cases you may want to change it. If you change it, it won't error out. It remains the same. So, and do this. Six. So this aspect is very important also, because you cannot set disable password authentication to true and you expect it to take this login details, it will error out. So you have to set disable password authentication to false, so it can actually authenticate the password whenever you're logging in. So this is the environment tag, maybe like staging area for tests after dev. So, but we really don't need this, so you can take it out. But it's important for documentation in the real world, in the real work environment. So let me take that out. Do it together. So I move straight to Azure Virtual Network. There should be some subnet. Turn. Excuse me, let me see something up there, because we have created a VNet before. So what we have down there is not necessary. Azure subnet. Azure subnet. We don't need that. That would be a duplicate. So we have to remove it. So I'm removing this. And here is the nick. Oh, I think I understand. I understand what happened when I was working. There was some kind of keypad mismatch. I'm not using the conventional type anyway. It's some type. It doesn't really sometimes show give an output of what it displays. So I'm removing this type. So we don't sorting duplicated. We don't need all of this. We've done them before. It's just a duplicate. Sorry. Let me just remove all of this side. Go to OS profile. This. Okay. Done all of this before. So let me remove this too. So what we have to do now is to work on our outputs. So if you're not too sure about the output format, you can always make reference to the documentation. Okay, let me pick any type. I will just edit it accordingly. Or let me say outputs public IP. Launch. Okay. Let me make reference to what I had here before. All right, on the output section. So I have this format, okay, for public address outputs. Let me take this. Interesting. And there's something we need to note about the output also. Let me quickly edit this and come back to it. Application view. Okay, let me see now. Okay, it's React here. Public IP address. Let me see the name of the IP address. Application IP. Yeah. Excuse me, I'll make a little reference to this. Okay, virtual machine. That VM. Okay, application VM. Virtual machine. Application IP. Permits me to make reference to this again. I think it's a conversion for that outputs. Choose. Okay. That's what I have there. I know this output is going to error out anyway, but let me take help from ChatGPT and see. For that, let me quickly still ascertain something. So, public IP address. I think they should settle it anyway. Anyway, this is important. I need to really output this public IP. Let me see. public IP. Okay. Let me see what this will make out. Still errors out anyway. Okay. Let me save this and see what happens. So let me run the Terraform init. But before that, let's quickly go through slide again. Okay. So after provisioning all of this, okay, that is putting all of this code together, providers block, and let me quickly walk you through the structure of the Terraform configuration file. We have the providers block, we also have the resource block, and we have the output block. The output block was the place I really took time working. So the providers block will give you information about the provider, okay? The provider plugin that is used on the Terraform resource provisioning. And for the case of Azure, this is how you have it. Once you state the Azure ROM provider, and then you open the curly brackets, you have the features with an empty pair of curly brackets. So for the case of AWS, this is how you have it. You have the AWS, and then in a curly bracket, you state the region where you want to provision the resources into. In this case, I'm provisioning into US East 1. Then for the resource block, that's where you create all your resources. Like you saw me creating the resource group, the VNets, the subnets, the NIC, the public IP, private IP, and all of those resources until I got to even the disk and all the features of the virtual machine. So the last one we have as a proper structure of the Azure Terraform of the Terraform file is the output block. So on this output block, this is where you get the information which you really need to proceed with your job. If you don't want to go back to the console and then be looking for information, assuming you are going to provision a whole lot of resources, it takes a lot of time clicking around, checking for this information. Why you can do this one faster on your CLI from the backend. So this is why it's important to output some virtual information, some important information on the CLI area, or maybe if you are making use of your Git bash. So now we'll move to the Terraform workflow. After having all of those things on the VS Code put together, there was no error after all. I was just looking at the white space on this place, and that took me a lot of time, but no error after all. So after that, we moved to the Terraform workflow, which begins with Terraform init. So this will help you initialize the backend, okay, to have it communicate to downloading all the plugins, all the requirements to have it to effectively communicate with the console. So let's quickly run some of this. Let's quickly run this workflow, the Terraform workflow. Let's go with this first. Because without this, we can't really do any other thing. Some people go ahead to run the Terraform validate, okay? But without running the Terraform in it, you can't validate. So it's better to do Terraform in it before you validate. So now it's initializing the backend, bringing in the provider plugins. Uses the HashiCorp language. So now it takes a little time. So while that is going on, the last part of this is to have the verification by getting the IP address from the outputs. So that verifies all what we have been doing so far. And on this point, it is worth noting that if we want to get the outputs for the IP address, it is not enough to use the flow of the IP address configuration. It has to be attached to the virtual machine. As you can see, this first line okay, this is meant to be for okay, it takes the flow. Let's go to the section of the IP, the public IP, which is this. First, it takes this, which is the Azure public IP dot this, which is the application IP. Then after that, it takes nothing here again. To take the IP address, which is seen from this place. Okay, let me see how far this was. It takes time. The network here is really bad, so it takes a lot of time. Excuse me, let me grab my laptop charger, please. Yeah, sorry. Okay, it is successful. So let me run the Terraform validate. Wow. Okay, let me see the line 51. Application view. Resource. Root module. Okay, that is line 51. Okay, sorry. Let me save these changes and do that again. Let me go through the code while it is going on. It looks fine there. There is nothing like main 51 again. Network interface IDs. Application view. Okay.
Go to your NIC part.
Yeah, I think main this place.
Yeah, this place, in this place, you must write application underscore NIC.
Oh yeah. Application underscore RG.
See line number 33, resource Azure network interface. That is your type and application underscore NIC. This is the reference. So instead of main, you have to write application underscore NIC.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir. Let me check. Okay.
Put dot ID in the end. Application underscore NIC dot ID.
Oh, yeah. I did.
Save it and run the command.
Thank you, sir. It's saying valid. Let me run the command again. Even though it's saying valid, but let me run it again. Okay, good to go. So now run Terraform plan. Okay, that's this line.
Yes, this line.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Wow. Scripts. Okay, let me quickly do something. Source is this. Okay. Oh, sorry, I was supposed to just run the login, but I think it's communicating with it now. So let me run the Terraform plan. So sorry, I interrupted it. Okay, run it again. Okay, let me see the error here. We didn't access token to passcode. After this, I'll check something again. Excuse me, please. Let me see what happened there. Can I come up to this? Oh, don't see it.
Show that error.
That?
No, I just want to see the error. That's it.
Okay. This?
See, no, 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 not this. Close this, close this, close this. See what it is saying. Building account could not acquire access token to parse claim. Okay, that's it. And the second line it is says invalid client secret provided. Can you see
Yeah.
that line? Invalid client secret provided. So,
Yeah.
yeah, this one where your mouse is invalid client secret provided. So see, your app ID is correct, I guess. and subscription ID is correct, tenant ID is correct. The secret you pasted in the secret you gave it to, it is wrong. So you have to, I think you have to create make that flow again. I think what to say. This is, we can say that client ID, app ID, fetch it again and again copy that all thing, because the secret is invalid. The invalid secret you provided. That's why it is giving this error.
Okay, so that means I'll check it from here. Okay.
VI or Nano. VI or Nano. VI bash RC or Nano. Don't do CD.
Yeah, sorry, that was a mistake. So I'll nano into it. Okay, let me go down. Okay, here is the secret. Let me
The
see what I
last line.
generate.
App ये client secret was wrong, right? Client secret.
Let me see what I
Mhm.
yeah. I want to see what I generated before. I copied it somewhere. Get it. Okay, I'll just generate it again and I'll come back. I'll generate it, I'll copy it out and come back. Let me look. Let me go to the documentation. Yes. Okay, I'll run this command to generate it. So I'll edit it on the CLI. Subscription. Should I had before? Here's my subscription ID. To make sure it's attached to it. Okay. doesn't attach to it again. Okay. Let me copy it out. I'll just paste it somewhere. Paste it at the bottom of this. Okay. Then I'll check what I have inside. I'll see. Let's see. It's going down. That's the password. It's equivalent to the secret ID. It's equivalent to the client secret. Okay. I'll just check others too. Client ID. Let me remove it and copy it again. Client ID here is app ID. Control C. Control V. Then the tenant ID. Let me remove it also. This is the tenant ID. Control C. Control V. Then the subscription ID is correct now. So okay. I should have sourced it, but anyway, let me see what will happen. If it fails, I source and then I run the Terraform plan again. Valid.
Can you open that bash RC file again once, please?
Okay.
It's all good. Okay.
So good.
Yeah, seems good.
Okay. Okay. I think that error is another error now. Saying Central Canada was not found in the list of supported Azure locations. Okay. I'll just only update it. Maybe let me use Central India.
No. After that update, you have to run that source bash RC. That you have to reload that credential because when you put that after that, have you run that command source tilde forward slash dot bash RC? Have you run that command? Scroll up, scroll up.
Yes, I ran the command before running
Terraform
before
plan.
running the
Before running
Terraform.
Terraform plan,
Yes.
you have to run that.
Yeah, look at it here. Source before running Terraform plan.
Okay, again run this source. Again run this source tilde then bash RC. Again run this command.
Okay, I didn't run it after this place. I didn't run it after this place. After nano, which I corrected those things, I didn't run it. This is it.
You have to run that command because if you are not running, it is not loading the new changes. You have to
The
run
new
that.
changes. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So bash RC to initialize it. So I'll run the Terraform plan now.
No, just use grab command now, whether it is your things are correct or not.
Which one?
See in the chat. See in the Zoom chat. See in the Zoom
Okay.
chat.
Sorry, I hid my stuff.
Okay, just type env
Here, let me
just
cut
type
this one
env.
off. The env.
Space. I can't see your screen is freeze right. Yeah, space. Then pipe sign. If you are having Windows, then above the enter button there is a use shift. Then the button
Space and
above
what?
the pipe sign. Pipe. You know pipe sign. Above the enter there is a
Okay.
use shift. Then the button above
Pipe.
the
Okay.
yeah pipe. Env space space. Not this space.
Pipe.
Yeah pipe. Then use grep. GREP
Correct.
space ARM. Capital
Correct.
ARM in capital. Capital ARM. Capital A, capital R, capital M. Okay, press enter. See, now check these secrets. All these client ID, tenant ID, all these are same as you copied in your Word file. Just check this.
Okay. So let me paste here so we can compare. Okay, this is a client ID, which is app ID. Oh, they are different. Okay, they are the same. This is B91230. They are the same. Then tenant ID, which is tenant here, 43669A, the same. Then let me go down. This is client secret, which is a password, S5E8Q, same S5E8Q. And the tenant is correct. So let me see the last one, subscription. Which I believe is correct too. So they are correct. Subscription, I can see from here. This is a subscription.
Yes, it is correct.
It's correct.
148E47. Yeah, it is correct.
It's correct. Maybe I should go this Terraform plan once again. Maybe after running this once again, I can see what to do with what I have here on Germany.
Just check with login. AZ login and then your server principal and this IDs.
Okay.
Do AZ login, AZ space login, then hyphen service principal, and then use this credentials. Maybe it will work. Service hyphen principal,
So,
space, then hyphen U, then this client ID, paste your client ID.
the client ID, the client secret.
Yeah, no, the client ID, the first one, the client
Okay.
ID.
Okay.
Just paste from B to this. Yeah,
Okay.
space, hyphen U space. Yeah, and then space hyphen P,
And the
then
password
secret, space secret. Yeah,
secret. Yeah.
then
To see. Space.
space hyphen tenant, then tenant ID,
And tenant ID.
tenant ID.
Okay.
Press enter. Press enter. Yeah, it is all good. Now run Terraform plan.
Okay. Maybe I should just change to Central India and save
No, no,
and
no, no,
try
no, no,
again.
no. Wait. Just run that command again. Run that command again.
Okay.
It will work. Run that command again. Not Terraform plan, the AZ service one, which I told you. AZ login. That run that is use scroll that arrow key, up arrow key. Yeah, press
This.
enter. Yeah, press enter. No.
Is it this?
Yes, this one. Remove space. F. Okay. Wait. Now run Terraform init. Terraform init. Run Terraform init. Okay, run Terraform plan. It should work this time.
Oh, great. So,
Working? Yeah.
Great. Well done, guys.
apply.
Now Terraform apply. Yeah, apply. Terraform apply. Hyphen auto approve. Great.
So somehow key was not correct, right?
Yes, sir. That password was not correct. If password is
Password was
not correct and
mm,
it is getting failed, then again we have to fetch the password and again we have to set up
Yeah,
the things, because if password failed, then again it will create a new password or it will ask for the new password. So we have to
exactly.
create a new password, then
for the
again we
new
have to
password.
reload that source. Again we have
Right.
to reload the source
Yeah,
and then we have to run Terraform in it. Because if we
Mm,
are not running Terraform in it and we are running Terraform plan, so it will
mm-hmm.
fetch that previously logged file. So again we have to
Right.
run the Terraform in it. So it
Exactly.
will
oh,
apply the changes and then it will work. So that's why.
Mm-hmm.
oh,
And
Well
what you
explained.
learn, what you learn, Oladai, never give up.
yeah.
Don't change. Don't go for
Once
Central
there's
India, Central Government. Don't give up. Just be whatever place you are. Don't give up like I will go to Central. And don't do like that. Just work on that thing.
yeah. So once there's a change in the codes for the service plan, we should just run Terraform in it again. So it will take the new changes.
Yes,
It
right.
will
Exactly.
initialize all over
Yes.
again.
Yes, you're
So
right.
that's a
Yeah,
great learning.
because when you run Terraform init, it shows a message initializing, means it will go through the
Yeah,
file, it will accept the changes and it will apply. But if we directly run the Terraform plan, so
Mm.
it won't accept the changes. You can run
yeah.
Terraform apply directly.
So
If you can run Terraform init, then Terraform apply, because it will done the part of Terraform plan also. But you can't
Yes.
run Terraform plan before running Terraform init. Okay.
yeah,
Mm.
yes,
Right.
yes. So it will initialize all the changes all over again.
Mm.
Yeah. And never give up like that. I will change the reason. No, if you will change the reason, you will face the thing again. So never give up like I will change. No, just try to understand what it is saying.
Yeah, there's a new learning here.
Mm.
So initializing, it takes everything all over again, even from the configuration of the service plan.
Correct.
Thank you, sir. And this command is great to manually feed in the identifications, ID codes.
Whatever you have given in the bash.rc file, so it will check whether it is correct or not accordingly. So that's why it is for that only. That login, whatever you are using login credential, it must be correct. So it is for that only.
Yeah. Thank you for the learning, sir.
Great. I'm also learning. I'm just trying to decode the errors because errors are the great thing to learn.
Yes, that's the real learning.
And you should do this kind of practice again and again, then you will learn. Okay. This is not one-time activity.
Yeah, this is not one-time activity.
Sorry, the network breaks.
And
I
it
can
also
hide.
and it also need a patience, right?
Yes. So now it has been provisioned, so we'll verify that on our. And you can also see the real test here, the public IP of the VM virtual machine has given. So let's verify this.
Yes.
On the console.
Mm.
Let's go to the VM parts and refresh and see the spinning virtual machine. You can see there the React VM.
Yes, great. You created. Well
So
done.
that's a good
Yeah,
one.
you can see the public IPs there.
Thank you
Yeah,
very much,
28.04.
yeah,
Great.
yeah. And the central India reflected, which I did not save, and it has reflected.
Hmm? It was Center
I only
Canada, I
changed.
think. Right.
Okay, I think because we did Terraform in it, it took everything all over again.
Okay.
And I actually didn't save here. See where the cursor is blinking.
Okay,
I just
okay,
only changed.
okay.
I didn't save.
Yeah. Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
You can do it
I
in
changed from
Central
Central
Canada
Canada.
also. No issues.
Okay,
But
can I run it for
delete.
Central Canada now?
No. See, don't do the math.
Okay.
Just delete the resources from Central India, then go for Central Canada. Otherwise, you won't be able to find. So just remove the.
Okay.
And it is your homework. You do by yourself. Okay. Okay, Bhupender.
Yes, sir.
Abhishek, are you
Yes.
there?
I'll do that.
Abhishek, are you there?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, then we can resume it tomorrow at the same time for assignment number
Okay,
2,
sir.
right? Assignment
Okay,
number
sir. So
2.
we'll continue tomorrow.
So will
Yeah,
you
thank you
do
very much, sir.
so will you do this assignment
Assignment
number
number 2.
2?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Assignment number 2, will you do that?
Yes, I'll take assignment number 2 because the
Okay.
time has been fast spent today. So tomorrow I'll continue with assignment number 2.
And then tomorrow the daytime you just do once practice. Okay, come with practice before
I didn't
going.
get it, sir. The line is breaking. Sorry, the network is bad.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
See, decommission the
Okay,
resources,
sir.
and
Okay, sir.
when you perform the assignment
All right.
2, just go with the 1 and 2. Like practice this assignment
Assignment
number
2.
1, and yeah, practice for both, and just come forward. And it's
Yeah,
great. You are doing good. You are doing great.
tomorrow daytime you just do your practice. Okay, before come online, come demo.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. You did
All right,
wonderful
sir.
job. Great work.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you all.
All right,
Thank you,
sir.
Bhupend.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye. Bye all.
Okay, bye bye
Thank
bye.
you,
Good night.
Aladayu. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Sal. Upendra, thanks, Sal.
Great, man. Thank you. Again, I'm learning. Thank you so much.